Previously on the original.
This town was my home. I want it back.
All of your scheming, the enemies that you have made every single day of your miserable life. What results did you expect? That your child will be born into a happy life? This was our family's hope.
We need to regain control of the city.
I'm fighting for my home, for the dignity of the vampires who run out of there. The offer still exists to join me.
You brought me back to kill my son!
When I'm ready and not a minute before.
We should have known our mother would not be bound by anything as obvious as death.
We have much to do.
Yes, Mother.
And Caleb.
Finn, Cole, we have a family reunion to plan.
What is it that you intend to do, brother?
Whatever it takes to save our family.
Cole!
All of my efforts to keep this family concealed. Yet debauchery like this has led Father directly to us.
Cole! Show yourself! This is no time for games.
Come, brother. There's always time for games.
We must leave. Michael is very nearly upon us.
If Michael were upon us, I imagine Niklaus would be quite dead.
I barely escaped. Father left the head of my horse on a pike in the town square.
He killed poor Theo. What a beast. But then, Father's always hated you most. Surely he'll chase you if you flee, leaving me here. Perhaps I'll make myself mayor.
Rebecca and Finn have already boarded the ship. It is imperative we remain together.
Rebecca does what she's told because she fears Nick. And Finn is in no position to argue, given the dagger in his heart. I'll take my chances here.
I find it amusing that you think you have a choice.
No, I swear to you, the day will come when I'm not so easily subdued. And on that day, I will make you suffer.
Perhaps. But today is not that day.
Come to check up on me?
You've had an eventful evening.
I was having a crappy day, so class took me out to the cauldron. Wouldn't you know, we ran into some witches.
So would you like me to remove your leftovers?
What the judge, Elijah? What I did is no worse than anything class has ever done.
I would hope that you would hold yourself to a higher standard than Niklaus.
I'm a hybrid now. I have a werewolf temper to go with my new appetite. And the witches that tried to kill my baby, they're worth nothing more than food. Excuse me.
You took her on a witch hunt. I simply wanted to persuade those witches to locate the White Oak stake for me when they proved unable to do so. I let Haley have her fun.
She grows more savage by the day. Can you not see?
She's falling apart.
Perhaps the problem is your high standards. Haley is one of us now. Being a vampire only exaggerates what you truly are, and wolves are wild things. She knows she can never live up to the pretty little picture you paint of her in your head. Your judgment only hurts her more.
I am trying to help her, and I asked you to help her, brother.
I am helping. You should have seen her last night, covered in witch's blood and smiling from ear to ear. She is embracing this. A little less criticism from you and Haley will be just fine.
Nikos, the mother of your child deserves much better than just fine. You'll take her to the bayou. Find any remaining wolves. Perhaps her people can reach her. Now more than ever, she needs a connection to some of her humanity, some degree of dignity.
G has proven herself. She knows what she's getting into. So she's gonna be the first one that I turn. Everybody else? First, I need to be sure that you can handle moving up a notch on the food chain. The emotional ups and downs, solitude, bloodlust. Imagine hearing the sound of a heart beating, 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 and wanting more than anything to feed. That's what it's like to be a vampire. It's not for everybody. Some folks, well, let's just say it brings out the worst in them.
I can't do it.
Now, you once said the same thing of your reading. Now you devour everything from sonnets to scripture, so devote yourself to your music. Soon you should be Johann Sebastian Bach.
But I want to play like you.
Well, isn't this nice? My older brother and my ward. Getting along like two peas in a pod.
We should continue another time. Why don't you resume your Hamlet? Act 1, Scene 3 today. Off you go. Congratulations, you've been drinking.
Only to remedy the lifeless monotony that has overcome this household. You know, Rebecca's still pouting over the governor's son.
When you threw him to his death, did you imagine a different outcome?
You monopolize young Marcellus with schooling. He and I used to have such fun. If only there was someone with whom I could share a bit of roguery. Oh, yes. That's right. There is.
You didn't.
Bravo. That was delectable. Though make no mistake, Nick, I'm still cross that you daggered me. But as far as apologies go, it's a start.
So this is your idea of fun?
Well, you and Marcellus have grown thick as thieves. Why should I be alone?
Elijah, didn't expect to see you on this side of the river.
Didn't expect to see you assemble a new vampire community. I guess we're both full of surprises.
My community was fine until Klaus had the brilliant idea to make moonlight rings. Now that Harvest Girl's making more, offering them to the wolves in exchange for their allegiance, and the wolves are just kneeling at her feet. Quarter's become a dangerous place, and you're the last true vampire left. If you ask me, you're better off joining my community. Maybe that's why you're here.
I came to make you an offer. Find me the white oak stake and I'll let this little social experiment continue.
Oh, even if I wanted to help. I don't have a clue where the stake is.
Yes, but you do have an ally in Davina. She can find it. Thing is, I'd speak to her myself, but I fear the conversation might become a little unpleasant.
You don't go anywhere near her.
Then it's settled. I'll deal with the matter personally.
How frustrating. A novice trying to interpret the work of a master.
It's a simple delinking spell.
Simple? You're trying to erase the link between Klaus and every single vampire he's sired.
No, all I care about is Marcel and Josh. You kill Klaus, they die too. I can fix that. I have Esther's grimoire, it's just a matter of time.
Perhaps I can help you solve the riddle.
Unless you trick me into a spell that will free you from my control.
You know, for someone who despises Klaus so much, you certainly share his paranoia. The sooner you perform the spell, the sooner I'll be free to kill the bastard.
Oh, you were right to be suspicious. Irina's hiding something in that attic. The door was locked with a rather complex spell.
Could be a weapon, source of power. I prefer not to leave anything to chance. Better we know what she has and whose side she's on. So, you'll take her to dinner.
Oh, I just stood her up for coffee. She probably hates me by now.
Just do as you're told, Cole.
Oh, of course. Finn the sycophant speaks up. You gonna grovel at your mother's heels for eternity or what?
Stop it, both of you. There's enough conflict to come.
Look at this pack of freeloaders.
Nonsense. These are our friends. Wolves in need of a gift only I can provide. Moonlight rings.
The witches have been working day and night. Soon we will have enough rings for an army. And when we do, we will pay your brothers a visit. We will teach them the unfortunate error of their vampire ways.
I told you this place is deserted.
No, their scent is fresh. They're hiding. Which means somewhere nearby we will find the remnants of your pack.
And then what? It's not like they're exactly gonna welcome us. If there's one thing these people hate more than vampires, it's hybrids.
What they hate is their lack of power, hence the willingness of their brethren to deal with that witch in exchange for rings. But she hasn't gotten to your lot yet, so we need to get to them first and ensure they align with us.
Awesome. All we gotta do is find them.
The task I leave to you. Well, go on. Well, you're a hybrid now, with heightened senses unlike anything under the sun, besides me.
This is stupid.
Your people need a leader. You are their queen.
I am a mess. I cry all day, I feed all night. All I can think about is how much I miss my daughter.
Do you think you're alone in that pain?
Have you even thought about her once?
I have not stopped thinking about her. When it pains me, I seek comfort in the idea of what I will do to those who would harm her. Concentrate.
Davina's on her way. By the time she gets here, you need to be gone.
I'm not going anywhere until I know the whereabouts of that stake.
You think she's just gonna cooperate with you standing here? First thing I learned living with your family. Wherever you people go, threats and bloodshed are soon to follow, so just stay out of sight. I ain't trying to kill anyone.
"46. An entire tenement building. 46!
Bodies drained.
Nonsense.
It was at least 60.
Ah, they neglected to check the attic. Why do people always run for the attic? I mean, it makes no sense.
It's difficult enough to keep our presence in the city a secret without the two of you doing absolutely everything in your power to draw attention to us.
I'm surprised you have the time to concern yourself with us, given the hours you spend doting on Marcellus.
Is that what all this is about? You envy my bond with Marcellus. Niklas, you brought that child into this home. He's no longer safe here. I cannot allow him to remain.
You would punish the boy because of Cole's antics. I'd just as soon put him in a box.
You choose that little whelp over your own family.
That little whelp is our family. Marcellus stays.
Hey. Long time, little D.
Got your message. What's going on?
Oh, come here, I'll get a hug.
It's good to see you, Marcel.
It's good to see you, too. I appreciate you coming all the way out here. How's school? Make any new friends?
I don't know. This guy asked me out, but then he stood me up.
He stood you up? Mm-hmm. You say the word, he's dead. Okay, look, I hate to ask for a favor, but I need a locator spell. Something's missing. A white oak stake. It's powerful enough to kill an original.
Did one of them put you up to this?
See, if that stake is used on Klaus, every vampire that he's sired dies too.
I know. But what if I do find it? I mean, I am not just gonna give it to Klaus. He and Elijah are both brutal, sadistic monsters.
I do wish I could disagree with you. Tragically, however, you're quite right. Although you and I both have excellent reason to find that weapon. I wanted to protect my family, and you wanted to protect your friends. We'd do well to forget our grievances and join forces.
No.
Davina.
No. No, I'm done listening. For a long time, you and your family have had all the power. You manipulate and kill anyone who gets in your way. That time's over. From now on, you can know what it is to be afraid.
I asked you to stay out of sight.
I wanted to speak to her face to face.
Why? So that you could piss her off.
I wanted to see for myself. She cares for you, and yet how cavalier she was at the jeopardy that you now face.
What are you saying?
She knows the stake will not be used because she knows precisely where it is. She's had it all along.
So Jackson is MIA and Oliver seems to think he's the alpha. You're not gonna listen to me.
The crescent mark on your shoulder did not disappear when you became a hybrid. Go on, talk to them.
Hell you two want?
Hold your tongue, or I'll tear it from your gaping mouth.
We didn't come here to fight, Oliver. Our pack has been divided by people that want us to be their slaves. What we need right now is a leader. Someone who will reunite us and make us strong again. Someone who will fight for our pack. If you let me, I can be that person.
You think we can trust you? You're not one of us. Hell, you're not even a wolf. You're a blood-sucking vampire parasite.
You wanna say that again and see what happens, Oliver?
You tough girl. You gonna attack me? In front of all of them? You can just give them another reason to say yes to Cassie and her moonlight rings. Yeah, they would rather follow a witch than you. Me? Hell, I'd rather die than follow you.
Well, at least you didn't drag this out.
Hey! Let him go, Klaus.
You need to learn about the art of politics, love. You gain support by killing your detractors.
They may not like me very much, but these people, including Oliver, are my family. Let him go now.
You see? There's your queen. Powerful, fearless, and unlike me, merciful. These people need to show you more respect. How you handle them now is up to you.
Where are you going?
I'm going to find the witch. Seems I need to educate her as to what she may or may not do in my city.
The steak is safe. Davina won't use it on Klaus if it would kill me.
Of course, she has no reason whatsoever not to use it on me.
I guess you better behave.
And how long before someone else should make this discovery? What if it falls into enemy hands?
I'll get her to give the steak back, all right? Just give me some time.
Unfortunately, Marcel, unlike these wretched souls that you recruit here, it promises too little to inspire my faith. One way or another, Davina will comply.
Look, hey. Do you ever wonder why your family has so many enemies? It's because you make stupid moves like this. It really makes me wonder how the hell I ever survived, you people.
Please, let me go. Mr. Cole, I don't like this.
Don't be absurd. Shakespeare should be experienced in the flesh. In truth, these aren't the finest actors, but we are in the colonies. Yeah. Where were we?
Then venom to thy work. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble harlot.
No! How many times must I tell you? It's Hamlet, not harlot. Sometimes I don't know why I bother.
What have you done?
I was just introducing Marcellus to the theater. I thought you'd be pleased.
Is there no limit to your vile imagination, brother?
If the lad is going to be a vampire, he'll have to learn somehow, won't he? Come. I've already fed him my blood. All you have to do is snuff him, and voila. One of us. I mean, that's what you want. Isn't it?
Let him go, Elijah.
Thank you, Nick. At least someone knows the meaning of family.
I told you before. Marcellus is family.
I don't fault you for your suspicion, nor Davina for her contempt. That does not alter our present dilemma. She has that stake. I want it back.
Stare at it all you want, but as long as I have this bracelet, I own you.
You foolish little girl. You imprison me here. You refuse my help, all the while that hybrid monstrosity roams the city, free to prey on anyone you care about. Those few that remain.
What happened to decorum? Does no one greet their guests anymore? Well, that's more like it. Although I am rather disappointed at how many of my once formidable brethren have been neutered by a 16-year-old girl. Where is she? Where is this witch who dares craft moonlight rings without my permission?
Niklaus.
I've been expecting you. I must offer my condolences on the tragic loss of your child.
Wasn't it your coven who threatened her life? Is that tea your idea of a peace offering?
Chamomile has lots of healing properties. Did you know that it's also a flowering plant?
I did. The plants grew wild near my boyhood home, but neither the tea nor your botanical musings explain the reason why you've taken it upon yourself to forge new moonlight rings.
I assumed it was obvious. An alliance between the wolves and the witches would restore balance to our home.
Well, that's a lofty goal for a teenage girl.
Long ago, the witches and the wolves were at peace. Then came the vampires. A plague made flesh, a curse on this earth. You have no humanity, and so you punish those who do. Witches have a coven. Werewolves have a pack, and so we are a constant reminder of everything that you have forsaken. Creatures such as you will always hate the living, and so we will always have to defend ourselves. The rings level the playing field. If we are united, nothing can stand against us.
It's an ambitious strategy. But allow me to offer a few words of advice, if I may be so bold. New Orleans is a vicious place, and your enemies are everywhere. Behind your back, before your eyes. You will need to remain vigilant against those who would seek to destroy you, some of whom you may never see coming.
I've already begun to take precautions. In fact, I'm taking them as we speak.
My family? Oh no, they're all crazy as loons. About your family?
Not much to say. Only child. My dad was distant. But she's a lot better than my mom.
Mummy issues, eh? But she's a control freak, right? Yeah, same as mine. Because she's the reason I stopped practicing magic for so long.
You're a witch.
Don't look so surprised, love. Didn't just ask you out here because you're gorgeous. No, we're kindred souls.
What do you mean?
I know your story, Davina. When you're practically famous. You're the harvest girl that told them all to shove it. I'm a lot like you. Don't really believe in rules and authority. Your courage should be celebrated.
I'm so sorry. He'll just keep calling until I answer. I'll make it quick.
You're stalling. Ah, it's not creepy at all. Watching me on my own date.
Stop complimenting her and find out what she's hiding.
I'm wooing her, Vincent. It requires charm and personality. Something you'd know nothing about.
Our mother wants answers. And if you can't get them, we'll do this my way.
Oh, what are you gonna do? You're gonna bore her until she can't help but tell you everything.
If you want to find out if someone has a weapon, you provoke them into using it.
I never said I had it.
The thing is, Elijah thinks you do. Matter of fact, he's convinced.
Well, let Elijah think what he wants.
For not safety, anyone who's ever wanted to kill an original is going to be coming after you.
Fine. Let them try.
Dee, come on, just tell me where you are. Hey, we can talk about this.
I'm at Russo's. Don't bother coming. I'm leaving now. Caleb? What's happening?
Some fella just announced they were closing for a private party.
We should leave now.
Well, what's your rush, sweetheart? Why don't you stay and party with us?
Get out of our way now.
Wow. Can you do that with the rest of them, or?
Not all at once. Juan mo en benese, mentionando.
You filthy dogs. Well, now, what an interesting turn of events. I'm going to enjoy this girl.
Father.
Hello, son. I'd hoped to see your brother first, but we have some unfinished business as well.
We're getting out of here.
No, Marcel, I need my bracelet. I can use it to control him. Stop. Go back now.
Something to say?
Not me, mate. Not a bloody thing.
Chamomile. It's the same tea my mother made. How I loathed it.
Would you have preferred mint?
You know, she was insane. My mother. No, it's true. She believed we were abominations. A curse on this earth, stretched out over generations. That's how she put it. But she was the true monster. She changed her children, stole our innocence, made us vampires, condemned us to an eternity of bloodlust, and then acted as if we were to blame.
She sounds awful. Are you building to a question, Niklaus?
You use my full name, as though we are familiars. I find it insulting. Before she died, a witch revealed that your coven was under my mother's influence. Does she speak to you now?
She doesn't have to. I know exactly what she would say. She would tell you to go to your room for being so rude. It's okay. Niklaus was just leaving.
I will happily kill them all.
Then you will have murdered members of the very pack you still hope to someday lead. Besides, there's no need for bloodshed. We can always resume this discussion another day. Good night, Niklaus. We will speak again soon.
It's worse than we thought. I met the witch, Cassie. I studied her presence, the way she carried herself, the fervor with which she voiced her hatred of our kind. I looked into that girl's eyes, and I swear to you, Elijah, she is not just guided by our mother, she is our mother.
What is happening?
I'm going to kill her. I will boil her bones and feed them to the dogs if that's what it takes.
Niklaus.
What? What could possibly be more important than the return of our mother?
Our father. I saw him standing there in the flesh as you do now. He was enslaved with some spell cast by Davina. He holds the stake. If she chooses to release him,
well, then there's only one question we need to ask, isn't there? Which of our parents do we kill first?
Take any of the rooms on the first floor.
Are we running a kennel now?
I'll handle them.
Our family is under siege. It is not the time for guests.
If they're not with us, they're with the witches. You asked me to step up. This is me stepping up.
Well, it seems I'm a good influence on you after all.
I see a change in him. For the first time in centuries, he acted solely for the benefit of another. I believe that young Marcellus, with whom he can identify and even nurture, holds the key to our brother's troubled soul. Unfortunately, Cole, your wretched behavior will only serve to distract him from this auspicious path. Now, you might well consider me a hypocrite to betray you as I have, but for his sake, you must sleep. Even I must make certain sacrifices. If indeed we are to preserve the precious bond between Niklaus and that child.
Elijah, I did it. I memorized the whole passage. I could perform it for you.
Could you now? Marcellus, have you ever considered you might not be the center of the given universe? Niklaus?
Are you angry with me?
Bored would be a more accurate description. Niklaus, please!
What? What is it?
Remove him. You brought him here. He's your burden to bear. If indeed we are to accommodate this little scavenger.
Come now, little warrior. Let's have another go at the bard, shall we? I don't see Oliver amongst them. Am I to assume you finished him off?
We made a deal. He'll pledge his loyalty to Cassie, report back, and tell me everything that he learns.
Well done.
You girls can just go in there.
You two have your hands full.
Were you just leaving?
To be perfectly honest with you, the presence of all of them here, it's a little much. But perhaps it's for the best. You should be with your kind.
What the bloody hell was that?
What? You need to calm down. Now.
You almost got me killed. Those wolves didn't just go after Davina, they almost attacked me.
I'm aware. I gave the order. The attack had to look convincing.
Look at my head. This isn't gonna heal for weeks. I haven't had a scar in 1,000 years.
You'll live. And more importantly, Davina will feel indebted to you. She will seek you out to apologize for what she perceives as an attack she caused, as I planned.
Well, I've had enough of your plans. You stick me in this body. You force me to sneak around like some common toady. If this is the grand new life that you've planned for me, then you can have it back.
You are here by my grace. And you will remain by my grace. Have I made myself clear?
Yes.
Your brother was in the attic during the attack. Finn, tell him what you saw.
The door was open. The room was empty.
So, how did Davina tear apart a pack of vicious wolves? She must have had this weapon with her. What is it? A dark object? A book of spells?
Well, I wish I knew. I was knocked out during the attack. Never saw a thing.
Let me guess. Davina's nowhere to be found. She wasn't in the attic. Wasn't anywhere near the Lycée.
I have people looking all over this city. She is gone. No doubt to protect Michael while he recovers from the wounds he sustained.
She's scared. What do you expect?
If
If I discovered that you had even the slightest suspicion that she brought Father back.
Yeah, what? You gonna threaten me? My people? I mean, get in line. The witches hate us. The wolves can kill us anytime they like. I can't even go into the quarter without risking my damn life. And I used to run the quarter. And now Michael's back. The vampire who hunts vampires. You really think that works in my favor? You want my help finding Davina. I need to know where you stand. Now, Klaus is on Team Wolf. What are you?
I don't do teams.
I'm sorry, but that's not an option. See, you're an original. Every vampire that's ever been sired is an extension of you and your family. Now, you can walk away from that and side with Klaus and the wolves, but you're not one of them. And you never will be. You want allies, right? Look around. This is ground zero for a new vampire community. Now, you may think that you're better than us, but we're all you got.
And why would I play benefactor to a collection of lost children?
That's right. You never were any good with children. But, like it or not, vampires exist because of you. And these folks are gonna need your help. Her name's Gia. I fed her my blood a few hours ago. When she wakes up, she's gonna need a mentor. I hope that you do better with her than you did with me.